Okay, so let's today sketch what, everyone? Let's go to this page now. Let's sketch again, but now it's what? It's more complicated. Look how many things are happening here. No problem. We do it step by step. Okay, so let's do the first one. Make a table of values for each relation. Round the y value to 1. To what? One decimal place. Don't show many, just one decimal place. And then on a rough grid, which means what? No perfect scale. Look at the grid I gave you. Do you have any grid lines or numbers or anything? So that means what? Just show me the general behavior with specific points. Okay, so let's look at the first one. Here it is. Okay, what's my first x value? Come on. Where does it go in the equation? Where does it go in the equation? Exactly. Wherever there's an x, it gets replaced with what? Minus 3. So I'm going to put minus 3 here. And also what? Where? Minus 3 on the exponent. Okay. Don't bother writing y of minus 3 equals. We know it is y. So just to maintain space, just to have as much space as possible for this part, I'm just going to start by what? Saying 2 bracket 1.2 and so on. So let's do the first one. So let me just zoom in. Oh, sorry. There we go. Okay. So first one. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can. 2, 2 times 1.2, 1.1 times what? Negative 3. Okay, equals. What's the first thing we do here? Remember, you have a lot of things that you could what? You could operate. What is the first thing that needs to be done? Say again. Exponent. Because what? Because bed mass says what? Exponents has to happen first. Okay, so this is equal to what? 2, 1.2. Okay, what's 1.1 times negative 3? 1.1 times negative 3, negative 3.3. Okay, now, which part should we do first? Everyone, should we do this part? Let me just choose a different color, green. Say again. Exactly. We should not do this one first because this part is only what? What's this part? Multiplication. But this part, is what? With the what? With the exponent. So you always should do the exponent first. Okay? You should do the exponent first. Ah, so I'm gonna have to plug this in first, like this part. I have to get this part done first. The biggest mistake is that people do this part first. Nope, not that. Okay. All right. So here's my machine. How do I put 1.2 to the power of 3.3 negative? Nothing. I put exactly as you see it. 1.2 to the power. Where's the power? Power of 3.3. Do I use this negative or this negative? Which one? Yeah, this is a subtraction negative. I'm not subtracting. I'm using a negative number. Negative. Okay, everyone, let's multiply that by how much? By what? By what's the first number outside of the circle? 2. In one shot. Let's do this. Times 2. There you go. That's my value. 1 point what? 1.09. But I'm supposed to make the cut right here. I'm supposed to make the cut right here. The 9 will round this 0 to a 1. Okay. So 1.1. That's it. That's all you have to show me. Okay. All right. Let's squeeze it. Perfect. Okay. Let's do the next one. 2, 1.2 to a power of 1.1 bracket minus 2. Okay. Equals 2, 1.2. There's a point here if you can see it. To what power? What's the 1.1 times negative 2? Negative 2.2 equals. Okay. Same process. Same process. Okay. So I'm going to do the 1.2 first. So clear. 1.2 to the power of 2.2 negative. And then multiply this by what? By 2. What would this be rounded to one single decimal? 1.3 only. Perfect. 1.3. Can I do this really quickly on Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets? What do you think? Yes. Okay. You know what? Let's save some time, everyone. Let's save some time. Now, I expect you on a test to show me the same process in written, in like in a written form like this. But you know what? Just for today, because you already got the process, let's do it with the what? With the Microsoft Excel. So you go and you open Excel. Okay. Here's my X. Here's my Y. Actually, let me zoom in so you can see. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. All right. Okay. Can someone tell me what's my first X value in the table? What's my first X value? -3. Okay. What's my next X value? Keep going. Then what? So I am jumping up by only how much every time? 1. How do I code that in? I say equals. Look, equals. And then I point. I click on this cell. Gives me E5 because that's the location. And then just say plus what? Plus 1. Enter. And then how do I make more? I drag it, so I have to go here until I see this plus sign, and then I drag, let's see, until how much? +3? Perfect, so I don't need this guy. Okay. Now, what is my function? What is my function? What is it? Sorry, 1 second. Y equals what? 2. Oh, sorry, no. Y of x equals, I just need the rest. 2, 1.2, to what power? To 1.1 times x. Okay, how do we write this? Look, everyone, this is where we got it. 2. Who knows how do we do multiply in Excel or Google Sheet? What symbol do I use? Come on. What symbol do you use with multiplication in here? You use the what? Use what? Star. Yeah, you don't use x. X is a variable. Star is multiplication. And then what do I do? Bracket 1.2. What does anyone know the symbol for power in Excel? It's this one. How many people have seen this symbol before? Yes, I think it's Shift 6 or Shift 8, one of these. Shift 6. Okay, depending on the keyboard. Huh? Yes, exact. My calculator. Yeah, but when you code, it's usually this symbol. Times what? Times 1.1. Again, another star. Times what? Times. But where's the x? It's going to be what? Whatever cell we have here. So for example, it could be E what? E or E or E7. Exactly. So I'm just going to say one of them, E5. Okay, let's write this down. Equals. What's my first number? 2 star 1.2. Oh, I need a bracket. Close the bracket. And then, did you say Shift 8? Shift 6. Yes, Shift 6. Yes, you're right. It is Shift 6. That. And then I open another bracket, 1.1 times. Which cell do I need to use? I'm just going to click on it. You can write E5. Everyone, look. I can write E5. See? Or I can actually what? Click on it. And then close the bracket. Done. That's it. How do I finish the rest? What do I do? Do the plus sign and drag. Or just double click. Ta-da. That's it. This is my list. Okay. Oh, how many do we need to round to? Guess what? There's a round button. Or sorry, a round command. Look, equals round this number to how many decimals? 1, comma 1. And then I don't even need to, I can drag or double click. Those are my values. Let's write them down. So I'm going to write them down only at the end of the cell. What I mean by that is this. Look, I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to drag it here. Zoom out. And these are my values. Okay, so what's the value here? Come on. What's the value here? 1.3 is done, so 1.6. So somehow this has to give you 1.6. And then what? 2. And then 2.4. 3. Yeah, I do have. Oh, so you're right. Thank you. Technically, everyone, it needs to be what? A perfect 3.0. Okay, like this one. The 8 will round the 9. Can you round the 9? No. So you have to go to the what? to the next number. You're right, everyone. Shadi is paying attention to the rounding. So let's 3 point what? 0. And also this one is 2.0. Perfect. Thank you. Done. That's it. No need for this guy. Okay, we need to sketch this, everyone. We need to sketch this. Look, does anyone know how to sketch on Microsoft Excel? Also very easy. Let me show you. Look, everyone, just to check, everyone, just to check your what? Just to check your thing. Look, everyone, eyes on the screen. Look, what do you do to sketch? You highlight the X column and also the what? The Y. So you highlight it like this. Do not highlight the what? The X and the Y, just the numbers like this. And then you go, I believe, insert. See, a bunch of charts. Which one do we need here? The third one, because we needed to. By the way, can you do it dots? You can, but might as well see the connection. So I'm going to use the third one right there. Oh, okay. You know what? Not a bad idea. Oh, there you go. It's here. So I can go and do the chart again, and or this one. No, 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 absolutely not. I'm just trying to see the what the trend, like the general behavior. Okay. So what I need to get at the end is something like that. So this is mixes what I want and what Manal wants. I want the curve. She also wants to see the what the actual dot location. All right. So somehow it has to be like this. I'm gonna minimize it and put it here. So much you can do with this easy software. Okay. All right. So how do you do this without using Excel? Well, everyone, look. How many points do I have? Come on. How many points do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 of them on the left side of the 0 and 3 of them on the what? On the right side. So I guess if you really want to go somewhat nice and decent, you have to go, okay, 1, oops, 1, 2, and 3. And here is -1, -2, -3. So -3. Go ahead, everyone. Come on, let's do the tick marks. 1, 2, 3. Okay. How high is my highest value? Here. My highest value is what? 3.7. And obviously my lowest value is what? 1.1 or technically what? 0 because it's the ground, right? So I just need to go up to how much? Or if I want a clean number, what's a number bigger than 3.7 and 4? So make sure that you do what? That you do your grid to be what? To be 4 divisions. So I don't know, maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you go 4 is here, that means 2 is right in the middle. What does that mean? 3 is in the middle of this, and 1 is in the middle of this. You see, you can still produce a very quick and a very good sketch, even if you don't have rulers or anything to help you with perfect sketching. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Okay, Hamad, what's the value for -3? Come on, everyone. What's the value for -3? 1.1, so slightly above this. You know what? I'm gonna give myself some grid lines. Ooh, okay, hold on 1 second. I need to make it transparent. Picture format, contrast, no recolor. Nice. Now I can see. Okay. Okay. Where is 1.1? Maybe here. I guess right here. Okay. Here's my first value. Muhammad, what's my value for -2? -2. 1.3. So slightly higher. How about -1? 1.6. Let me make the dots in a different color. 1.6, you say? Okay. 1.6 is maybe here. How about the 0? 2 exactly. Yes. Keep going. 2.4. So somewhere between the 2 and the 5. So I guess somewhere in here. Okay, keep going. 3. So right at the 3. And then 3. So maybe here. So I guess I made this one a little bit off. Who cares? If you connect, just make sure you curve it up. There we go. Done, done. Full marks. Okay. Your homework is this one. Your homework is this one. Your homework is this one. Okay. Is it the same process? Let's look. Oh, it's a fraction. So what are you going to do when you do this one? Are you going to multiply by 2 or divide by 2? You're going to divide by 2. And then the process is the same. You got to do 7.1 to something and then multiply that by 1.5. Okay? By the way, now that you've seen me use Excel or Google Sheets, you can do this on Google Sheet and check your values and also check kind of your graph as well. Okay? All right. Last one. We are going to do a word problem because next week is all going to be about what? Word problems. So let's just start one today. Okay, everyone? I'll give you a minute to read the problem. Go ahead. Just give it a read. Okay. What does this say? York's region. Does anyone know where York region is? Come on. Where's York? Toronto. Yes. Population symbolized by what symbol? Capital or small? Capital. Yeah. Okay. Well, I chose capital. Is expected to grow until 2030. So in how many years? 8 years. According to the following what? Yeah. By the way, in case you ever study population dynamics, whether of people or animals, usually populations grow in a what? In a what? In an exponential way, not in a linear way, not in a quadratic way. In a what? In a in a exponential way. Okay. What does this mean? Does this look like this somehow? Is it the same structure? Yes. The P is the what? Technically, the N is the what? Is the X. 2 is the what? 610,000. The base here is 1.0029. The basis here is what? What's your exponent here? No. Here. 1.1x. Here it's easier. It's just what? N. Okay, what does everything mean? P is the what? P is the what? Come on. No. P is the what does population mean? What's the population of a city or a town or a country? Or number of people. So everyone go ahead. Number of PPL. PPL means people. Okay. Do you remember what was this value? A. What was the A in the chart? Look at your yesterday's note. In the chart, what did you call the A? Come on. I know we called it coefficient, but we called it something else that's more important than coefficient. Look at yesterday's notes. Remember, many of you did not do so well on the first test because you had no idea what was in your notes. Good time now to know what's in your notes. What did you call it? Initial value. What does initial mean? Ending or starting? Thank you. So what does this mean? This means that the population started at how many people? Initial 610,000. Good. And what's your base? Come on. What's your your base? 1.0 what? Is this bigger than 1 or less than 1? What do you expect about the population? Come on. Is this going to decrease in time or increase in time? Nice, because the value of the base is what? Slightly what? A little bit more than 1. Okay, so because the base is more than 1, we know that this population is going to increase. So in this equation, what's n? Okay, everyone. N is where many people are going to make a mistake. Noor, can you read what n refers to? N is the what? N is the number of years. Keep going. Since 1996. So is it the actual year or just how many years have passed by? Exactly. That's why you should not put the year itself. You should just see how many years. Okay, Hamza, when were you born? 2000. How old are you now? What does that mean? The number of years that you spent on this planet are 2005 or the difference between 2022 and 2005? Thank you. Do you see what I mean? Many people are going to make a mistake because they're going to put what as n? They're going to put what? The year itself. They're not going to put the what? The number of years. This is the biggest trick in any problem like this, okay? So n is the number of years since which special year? When they what? Started measuring the population. So apparently, this initial value was in which year? Perfect. Okay, this initial value happened in the year 1996. Okay, Sketch a rough graph of this population or of this relation. Okay, everyone, here's the diagram. How should I sketch it? First of all, I need to what? I need to label my axes, like the X and the Y. But they're not called X and Y anymore. They're called what? Everyone, this is not X and this is not Y. You cannot just use X and Y 24/7. Exactly. Instead of Y, what is it? P. Everyone go ahead. So put P here. And instead of X, what's the input value? Sorry, what's the input variable? Small n, which is the number of years. So go ahead, n. Okay, so I want you to write here POP. Everyone, what does POP mean? Population. And here is the what? Number of what? Number of years. Thank you. Okay, can you tell me what's this value always? And what's this value always? Good. So everyone put 0 here for population and 0 here for time. What was the population at 0, which basically means what was the initial population in the year 1996? How much? How many people were living in York region in 1996? 610,000 people. So everyone, okay, if I put 610,000 here, is this a good strategy to sketch the rest of the function? Why not? I have to go up. Did I leave myself enough space to go up? So where should I put it? Honestly, anywhere, as long as you what have enough space to what to curve up. Now, obviously, if you put it here, by the way, if I sketch it like this, is this good? Why would this not be the best idea to sketch the graph? I'm not saying it's fully wrong. It's still going up. But why would this not be the best way? Did I use the full space? What else? What was my base? What's just my base? Come on. No. What is my base? What is the actual value of my base? Come on, in the equation. 1.029. Is it a lot bigger than 1 or just slightly bigger than 1? So is this going to be a very quickly increasing graph or a slowly increasing graph? Exactly. If your base is bigger than 1 but not much different, it's still going to go up, but in a very what? Slow manner. What if my base was 1029 instead of 1.0? What if those? Then it's got what? Then the number of people would increase very quickly in a very short time. Make sense? Okay. So let's maybe start here, everyone. I don't know. Let's start here, let's say. And then what? Take our time growing the population. So there we go. Now, should I put an arrow at the end of it? What do you think? Yeah, I mean, is there any indication that this population function would fail when they reach a certain population? Like what if someone says this population function fails or stops predicting it correctly when the population reaches 3 million? Then should you put an arrow or stop because it's going to stop somewhere? Yes. That's my point. We were not told it's ever going to fail. So what do we assume? Does it work forever? By the way, that is never true. But because we were not given explicit information, we will assume it what? It will goes forever. So go ahead and put this. Okay, everyone, what's the value right here? What's the value of the population right here? 610,000. Done. That's it, everyone. Full marks. Seriously, full marks for this part. By the way, did you even bother putting any numbers here? Why would you? What are you gonna put? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We know what's happening. It's increasing in the number of years. Nice. Okay, Haley, would you mind reading part B of the question? Everyone, 1 second. Yes, part B. Who knows what's the meaning of the phrase y-intercept? Forget p-intercept. Remember from grade 10, and if you took retook grade 11 before. What is the meaning of the y-intercept, Manel? Yes, when the line, or in this case, a what? A curve cuts the what? Cuts the which axis? The p. So at which value does this line or curve cuts this one at what? So what is the p-intercept? 600. 10,000. What does it represent? Again, what does this represent? The what value? Come on. What is the A again? The initial value, or the what? The initial population in which year? In which year they started? Yes. This is the initial. By the way, I don't mind if you say starting. I don't mind it. I'll still give you full marks as the same word or same meaning. But get used to the word initial, because other teachers might want to hear exactly that word. So this is the initial, or on top starting, population, in year, which year? Come on. No. In the year what? 1996, which sometimes we call year what? Everyone, year what? Year year zero, because that's when my zero stopwatch started. Do you see what I mean? Zero is like when you, by the way, when you start a stopwatch, what's the first value you see? When you start a stopwatch, come on, zero. That's why we call it what? Year zero. But it's not actually year zero. It's year what? It's year 90. By the way, when was year zero? From today, 2022 years ago. Do you see what I mean? That's what year zero is really like. But year zero, according to this equation, is year 1996. Okay? Now, what would be York's, what's this word? Yeah, why do you think we use math? To do what? To expect, or to, does anyone know what do you call it when you expect something in the future? Starts with P. Prediction, thank you. Models are used to what? To predict. You don't know it yet, but you know what? You have an idea of how things are what? Changing, okay? What would be the York's predicted population in the year 2015? Question for you. Is this correct? Everyone look. Is it correct if someone writes this? So let's, you know what? Let's, okay, instead of dividing this like this way, don't divide this way. We need more space. So we're just gonna write it one line here and one line here. Everyone, is this correct? P 2015 equals, don't write this down. 1 point, is it 029 or 92? 29. Everyone, is this correct? Patrick, why is this disastrously incorrect? I used the what? What did I use here? The actual what? The actual year. What did we say the end value is? Huh? The what? The difference between which year and which year? Which year? And when did we start? Come on. When did we start measuring the population of York's region? 1996. Can someone tell me, if you kept going with 2015, what would that mean? That means, everyone listen up, eyes on me. That means you are finding the population not in the year 2015. No, 2015 years after the year what? 1996. And you know what? Let's be honest here. What was the initial population in 1996? Come on, everyone, because math has to make sense. Everyone, what was the initial population in 1996? Come on. No, in 1996. 610,000, okay? How many years has it been? Everyone, how many years has it been from 1996? If you know someone who was born in 1996, how old would they be in 2015? 19 years. Let's see what number you would get if you plugged in 2015. Look, everyone. So let's clean. So what's my base? 1.029 raised to what power? 2015. And then, yeah, and then multiplied by what? 610 what? What? Can someone read that number? Actually, let's see. This is a billion, right? 9 digits. 9 digits, 60, 10. Like, this is in not even the gazette. In 19 years, the population went from 600,000. By the way, this is more than the population of the what? Of the planet. So where was the mistake? I used what number? 2015. I should have just used what? 19 years, because it's only been 19 years. Do you see the trouble here? But at least when you look at this, should you believe that? You see, that's why you should understand math. Math should make sense. So when you understand why you're wrong, that's actually good. All right. So let's what? Let's change this. What should I change this to? 19. which means I should also change what to 19? This one. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it must look much, much better. So clear, clear. Okay, 1.029 to the power of what? 19 times what? Times 610,000. Oh, oh, oh. Can someone read this number? Forget the decimals. Just read this number. 1,051,000 people. Does that make sense? Much more than billion, billion, million people. Awesome. All right. Now, question for you here. Could you get a decimal number of people? Could someone walk in and say, I see 13.6 students here? No. We all count equally. So that means what? What should I do with this number? Okay, everyone. Does this number, everyone, look, I'm gonna teach you something logical here. Does this number round up or round down? Round up. Why? Because what's this digit? 9. So it should round up to what? 1,050,079. But let's be technical here. Is this this number? I did hear that. This number. Did you physically make it to the 79th person? Is this number making it to 79? So my point is, can you at least guarantee you have 78 people? Do you see what I mean here? Technically, you did not make it to 79, even though the number rounding tells you what? You should round what? You should round what? Come on. Up. But according to the number of persons, did you make it to 79? You only made it up to what for sure? 78. Do you see what I mean? So, no, it's 78. You're right. But my point is, can you say the following statement? The population of York region in the year 2015 would be at least 1,050,078 people. Does that make sense now? Yes, it does, because I know for a fact I got a 78. Okay? That's all. So we're going to say what? We're going to say just 050. What was it? 078. Again, what phrase did I say? At what? At. Just wait here. At what? At least. At least. Did you say stop? It's okay if it is. It's okay if it is. It should be. It should be. You've never done this before. And I'm teaching you a lot of understanding in like a few minutes. Yes. Can someone tell Amr where we got the 19 from? Come on, raise your hand. Remember, N is not the actual, thank you. N is not the actual year. It's the what? It's the age. It's the number of years. You see what I mean? So I don't put 2015. I see if someone was born in 1996, how old would they be in 2015? So it's 19 years. You subtract. Okay? All right, everyone. Is that also the same way? So, oh, hold on. My bad, everyone. Guys, I think I forgot something about the question. Apparently, this equation does have a limiting year. It's which year? Oh, we're assuming that 2030, this model is going to keep working, or does it need to be changed? So what does that mean? How does that change my graph? Does it keep going forever? My bad. I completely forgot that we had 230. So I'm going to have to erase this guy and actually put a what? A dot and drop it down. Hold on. Do I put 2030? Did we say this is the number, this is the year or the number of years? How many years is it between 2030 and 1996? If someone was born in 1996, in the year 2030, they would be what? 34 years old. Thank you. Awesome. You see, it's these little differences that could cost you marks, especially in a multiple choice question. Nice. Okay. So what do I do now? Nothing. I will repeat the exact same calculation, but I will say what? P with which year? Sorry, not which year. Which number of years? 34. Thank you. So go ahead, everyone. 34. By the way, do you expect the population in the year 2030 to be the same as it was in 2015 or more? I mean, we're saying it's increasing, so it has to be more for sure. All right, so let's start. Equals 610,000, 1029, which with power 34. Let's see how many people at least we have as well. All right. 1.029 to the power of what? 34 times 610,000. How many? Again, do not read the decimal part. Just read the whole number part. 1,612,000 and at least what? 300. But 24 at least, because we cannot say for sure we're going to have 325 people. So, yes. So 1612, 16. And how much? 324. Sorry, 324. At what? Everyone, I need to see the at least. I need to see it. Otherwise, if you don't say at least, it means that what? Not only did you not say the problem logically, you even screwed up your rounding. Because even if you were rounding, you should put what? 320 what? 25. So if you're going to say 24, you have to what? You have to protect it by saying what? At least. Thank you. At least.